Hi, my name is Kristie Carr and I own Dyeworks. You can find me on Instagram as Fiberstash. You can find me on Ravelry as vtyarngirl, and we also have a website, fiberstashvt.com. Today is Monday, September 19th. Just a little bit about what I do. I hand dye yarn and fiber in my home. It is a small business. I just do it part-time. I do have a full-time job. I work for a software company. We mostly vendor at local fiber festivals, so you might have seen it. I am married. You might have seen my husband helping vend at some shows. And recently you may have seen our oldest daughter, who's 10, Lily, helping to check out as well. We also have a son who's 6, and he visits grandma when we have shows. But hopefully when he gets older, he'll be interested in the business like our daughter is. We live in Vermont, in the northern part of Vermont. We're in Colchester, which is right above Burlington. We're not very far from the Canadian border, even though I've never been to Canada, which I should probably go visit at some point. So for current events, we just went to Tangerini's Spring Street Farm and Fiber Festival. That was last weekend in Millis. It was really nice weather. It was 77 degrees, I think was the high on Saturday, and in the morning it was really cool. It was nice in the shade and it was warm in the sun. So it was a really nice all around nice day for a festival. Tangerini is nice because it's small and it kind of kicks off our fall fiber festival season. Kind of gets us in the swing of things, and we had a lot of fun. But on the way back, our car broke down, and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw we were stuck for about 3 hours someplace in Massachusetts, and luckily it was a problem with our van that we had on our last van, so my husband was able to fix it. It did take about 3 hours. The guys at AutoZone were amazing and let him borrow tools, and he fixed it right there in the parking lot. They had a frozen yogurt place right next door, so I was able to take Lily over there because she was with us, and kind of distract her so she didn't get too upset. So that was good that we were able to do that and get back on the road. We didn't get back, so we live in Colchester, but we do have kind of a camp set up in Grafton, Vermont. It's about 3 hours south of us. It's by Bellows Falls. And we have a lot of family that live in that town or that area. And the land was previously my grandfather's, been in our family for many generations. So it's just a nice place to go and you know, relax. At night we have a campfire. During the day we kind of work on we're trying to turn the land back into a farm. My brother moved up there in the spring, and they now have chickens, and they have a little area that they have vegetables. It's not really a little area, it's almost a full acre, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done still because my grandfather turned it into a junkyard. So most of the big stuff is gone, but there's a lot of raking the ground, pulling up metal from the ground. We've pulled out 2 full tractor trailer trucks load of tires. There's still lots that needs to be picked up and shipped out. Anyway, so that was a long tangent to say that we didn't end up coming home after Tangerini's. After the car trouble, we got up to camp, which is about halfway between where we live and where we were in Millis, Massachusetts. We didn't get there until almost midnight, so we just crashed there. And then yesterday, Sunday, We have a trailer that we found on the property that my husband is fixing up, and we're gonna have a trailer that we can take to shows because we are having double booth spaces in a lot of places now, and it just doesn't all fit in the van. So we were able to fix that up enough that we were able to drive it home, and we can put the bottom and the sides up on it so we can use it for this weekend. This weekend is the Southern Adirondack Fiber Festival. It's September 24th and 25th. That's in Greenwich, New York. We have been going there for years, and we have so much fun there. A lot of our friends go, and there's so many indie dyers and just really small businesses. There's not a whole lot of yarn store type places there, so it's a great time. It's kind of smaller, but it gets bigger every year, but you don't have the crowd, so you can actually go in and talk to the vendors and kind of get to know them. We get to know the other vendors as well, and we make friends, and it's always great to go there and just have a really nice time, and there's enough people there that it's interesting for all of the customers coming in, and it's great to get to know the other vendors as well, because if I don't have something, I can recommend that they go to a different vendor. So if you want to travel, or if you're in the area, it's in Greenwich, New York. It's great. We have a great time. Next weekend, the weekend after this weekend is October 1st and 2nd is the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival in Tunbridge, Vermont. It's at the Tunbridge Fairgrounds. We've been going there for a few years now, and it's just another great festival. It's got a good selection of vendors, and Vermont, we're all hardy people, even if it's it is a little late in the season to have an outdoor booth space, but the customers come, even if it's raining, and they're wearing their galoshes and their raincoats, and they are going to come in and see us, which is fantastic. So it makes us being out in the rain all day long worth it. We are going to have a double booth space this year, so if there is rain, hopefully we'll have a little bit of extra space to be under the tent. So that is the next few events that we have coming up. Hopefully I will podcast again before the next one, which is November, the first weekend in November. It's at the Big E's, the Fiber Festival of New England. It'll be our first year there, and so that's exciting. We've been trying to get into that show for a few years, so we're really excited about it. The only thing that kind of stinks is my brother decided that he was going to get married that day, so I'm not going to be there on Saturday. My husband might be, unless we can get someone to cover for both of us. So you may see some weird people in our booth covering for us, but we really can't cancel our vendor spot, but I can't miss my brother's wedding. So so if you come Saturday, sorry, I won't be there Saturday, but I will be there Sunday. I'll come up for my brother's wedding and drive back down Saturday night and be there for Sunday. And those are the last events that we have for the whole year. And then in January we have another one, and that's in Rhode Island, and I'll talk about that next time. But because the next thing I'm going to talk about is some new colorways that we have. This one I named Sparklers. It's got some, kind of getting blown out by the light here, but it's got some peach, gray, and light blue, and some dark blues in it. Debuted this in the spring at New Hampshire Sheep and Wool. I think I made up like 8 skeins of it, and it sold out. So and it sold out in like an hour. So so I made up more of that if you missed it at New Hampshire Sheep and Wool. So a brand new colorway. This is number 94. I haven't named any of these yet, but this is really cool. It's got splotches of it's really getting blown out. Let me do it back here. It's got little splotches of like a burgundy purple color, and then it's got bright neon yellow, some oranges, bright pinks, some blues, greens. It's really a very cool color here, and that's 94. This one is number 92. It's a turquoise with splotches of purple and like a berry pink, but it's a very dark kind of pinkish, almost a red. There's that. Another new one is number 97. This one is very pink, and then it has a little bit of grays and blacks and purples kind of sprinkled throughout. And another new one is number 91. I only have one of these left because when I posted on Instagram, I had people that wanted to buy it right away. So I'm holding a bunch for people that asked me to hold them until they could see me at certain festivals in the next couple of weeks. So I only have one of these left, but I can dye more. It's really cool. I wish it was showing up a bit better, but it's bright. It's like a bright green, and there's bright yellow and pinks and blacks and oranges and blues and turquoises, and it's just super fun. And I'm gonna be dyeing more because I want some of this for myself. And the last new one that I have still in stock, because I didn't do this before my first show and some of the new ones got sold out, so I'll be dyeing more hopefully for Vermont Sheep and Wool, but I will definitely have more of the new ones for the Fiber Festival of New England in November. So this is number 93. It's bright green and brown and orange, and there's some turquoise in there. There's a couple specks of black. It's just very fun. I've been kind of experimenting with sprinkle dyeing. I do mostly immersion dyeing, and so this is kind of new for me, this sprinkle effect. So let me know if you like it, and I will continue to carry it. I'm bringing back some fall colors. I don't have them all with me, but I usually dye this fallen colorway in the fall. I don't normally have any left in the spring, so if you want it, make sure you grab some. It's got browns and oranges and reds and burgundies, and it's very lovely. I call it fallen. It's very nice. I sell a lot of it. This one's zombie. It's got like teals and lime greens and reds, some purples. Some people like to think of it as like Alterna Christmas kind of colorways because it's got like green and red in it. So there's that. These were all in my Strong Toes sock base, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. I have two other bases that I normally carry in sock weight, and that's Twinkle Toes, which just has a superwash merino and nylon and a little bit of sparkle in it. And I have a tweed sock yarn, which is superwash merino and nylon, and it just has like these little tweedy bits in it, which is really cool. I also have a worsted weight that I use, which is just 100% superwash merino. So those are my only bases right now. I am experimenting with a couple of other bases. So if you have requests, if you you know, have something that you know, having a hard time finding, or if you know, if you want something specific, just you know, feel free to let me know. I love feedback, so just let me know. One other really cool new thing that I'm putting out there this fall is sock blanks. I've been dyeing sock blanks for myself and my friends for over 10 years. I love them. I have a lot of fun with them. They didn't really sell very well when I tried to carry them. Now it seems like sock blanks are kind of making a comeback, which is awesome. So I just brought in a couple. I've got a bunch that you'll see at the shows if you come see me, and then you'll see them on our website once the festivals are done. Sorry, I apparently ran out of disk space, so I had to clear up stuff from my iPad. But I wanted to show you the new sock blanks that we're doing. So this is one. It's kind of a color transition, striping kind of one. This one is really fun. I got some neon dyes, so I've been playing with those. So that's going to knit up really cool. This one is a rainbow, but I sprinkle dyed it. So that one's going to be super fun. And then this one is a tree, and it's got these leaves that I stamped on there. And it is a color transition from yellow to red to orange. That's going to be fun. So my works in progress. So what's on the needles? This is blanket. It's a baby blanket. It's knit on my worsted weight, and it's the Great Scott colorway, and that's the lighter gray, and Jailhouse Rock, which is the like a medium gray, a little darker than the Great Scott. It's got chevrons in it. Probably can't see the whole thing, but it's a pretty good size for a baby blanket. I normally don't knit baby blankets. I usually crochet them out of just kind of cheaper acrylic yarn, just because, you know, new moms don't always take care of you know, hand wash baby blankets and stuff like that. They want something they can just throw in the wash, and I won't cry if they ruin it. You know, something like this takes a lot of yarn, and because it's hand dyed, it even takes a lot longer because I hand dyed it and then knit it. So so this is for a friend of mine at work. We met at work, but we're friends outside of work now. And I don't mind spending the extra time and the extra money, and you know, she's a pretty special person, so so I've been knitting pretty much exclusively on that because the baby came 4 weeks early, so I wasn't quite expecting him to be here. So I'm trying to play catch up. He's only 5 pounds, so she's having trouble finding hats to fit him. So with the leftover yarn, I'll be knitting him a couple of hats in different sizes, so as he grows he'll have some hats to wear. I am going to put a border on it just because the ends are curling, and I'm going to use this gunmetal colorway that I have as a border for the outside. It's kind of a grayish blue, so that'll look really nice, I think, with this gray here. So that'll be cool. Off the needle stuff I finished recently. I did this cowl. Sorry, stuff's falling everywhere. It's a long cowl. I used one of our rainbow minis. I had some coned yarn that's superwash merino and nylon. It's not my normal base. It was from a different manufacturer, but I dyed it up into mini skeins in these kind of deep rainbow colors. We call it Sack of Jewels. And then for the blue, I used our light blue colorway, and that one's in the twinkle base, the twinkle toes. And you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it on there, but it does have a little bit of sparkle in the blue. It's very subtle. It's a pretty long cowl though, so you can wrap it around twice. There we go. The pattern is the Linnaeus Cowl by Elizabeth Suarez, and that's a free pattern on Ravelry. I tend to knit, this is a sample for the shows, so I tend to knit those with a free pattern if I can find one. The other thing fell on the floor that I finished. It's not quite finished because I haven't tucked in the ends yet. Show you the right side. This was Yours Truly Summer by Michelle Meadows. It does take 3 skeins. I used all 3 of these were twinkle toes. This is Storm Coast, this light blue and gray is Storm Coast here, and then Ink is this navy blue, and then I used one of my new colorways for spring, which was Americana, which is kind of a gray background, and then it's got these little speckles of light blue, dark blue, and red. But this is a really cool shawl. It starts out with 2 colors alternating in stripes, and then you get a solid piece. I haven't blocked it yet either, but it's just got some little bit of lace yarn overs in there. And then it goes back to some stripes, and then it's got a little lace pattern here, and then more stripes, and then some lace, and then it's got a picot bind off, which is frustrating and takes forever, but it is so pretty when you're done, so it's definitely worth the effort there. So that's all I had for today. It's my first podcast. Let me know if you like it or you hate it. I'm super socially awkward, so if you see me at shows, feel free to come and say hi, because I don't always say hi first. You can find my yarn at fiber-vt.com. You can follow us on Instagram at fiberstash, and I'm vtyarngirl on Ravelry. We also have a Ravelry group, so feel free to join that. I'm mostly active on Instagram. We do have a Facebook page as well, but I mostly post on Instagram, but I will respond if you message me anywhere else. And then you can find my yarn at Muscle of Yarn in Shelburne, Vermont. They're not too far from us, and they have usually have a wide selection of our yarn. And other than that, just our fiber festivals that are coming up. They are listed on our website as well. So so that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you come back. Bye.